back again with another video to my series, My Therapist Said. This episode is really about healing through the hurt and how it's okay to feel hurt and to not avoid the pain. So yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about this episode. Say hey to Chelsea. That's my girl. This episode of My Therapist Said is about avoiding the pain and how we need to stop avoiding the pain. Of course, painful seasons can be rough. They can be dark. They can be lonely. They can be everything we don't want our life to be. But I have to say, there's so much joy on the other side of that pain that you have to go through it so that you can get to it. And that's one of the things that I've been talking about in session, or just experiencing in session with Chelsea lately. A couple months ago, like beginning of September, end of August, I was going through a really rough time. Like, I was getting hit in every single direction, and then there was like a singular event that was kind of like the nail in the coffin, and I literally had damn near a mental breakdown. And a lot of like my life was just I had to sit in that hurt. Like, I was genuinely hurt. I still am hurt, but the hurt doesn't hurt as bad. I just said hurt so many times, but honestly, it doesn't hurt as bad. I'm still affected by it. I still feel sadness and, just the typical grief of removing myself or situation no longer being in season for me. But I'm learning how to like accept that not every season is a good season. And that's really what this season of my life has genuinely taught me, is that, it's not always good. And sometimes like we contribute to our own suffering, and not sometimes, all the time. This season has definitely showed me who people really are, and these are things that I asked for. Like, I talked to God about, like, show me who these people are that are around me, show me who is meant for me, and those that are not meant for me, please remove them. I always pray the removal prayer. God, please remove anyone who is not meant for me and show their true intentions for me. Even if you have to hurt my heart, please do it. So that's really what this season is mostly about. And just me working through that pain. This session specifically was like my first session where I didn't cry since like August. And this session is from like October, like the end of October. So I definitely was doing a lot of crying during this season. And I do have some footage, but those were some really raw sessions that I really had to just process through by myself without the camera and all of those things. But to be on the other side of that, it really feels so much better. And I can't say like I've completely stepped into a new aspect of who I am, because like I said, like, I'm still grieving. There's still things that I'm grieving about, the previous chapter of my life. But I know that like who I am and who I see myself as is far greater than the things that I've experienced. And so all I can do every day is just show up as who I see myself as and go from there. And my mindset honestly has been, how would the woman that I'm becoming, or the woman I see myself as, how would she handle this situation? And for me, a goal of mine through therapy is to be more emotionally mature, more emotionally intelligent, more emotionally aware. And because of that, I had to sit through some very dark experiences and make peace with them. And one of the first ways that I make peace with these things is to name the feeling. So the feeling that I've been feeling within the past couple months has definitely been a feeling of rejection, a feeling of hurt. I felt discarded. I genuinely felt lost. I felt like I had nothing left. I felt like I had poured into so many cups and nobody poured back into me. I felt unsafe. I felt insecure. And that's a lot. That's, as someone who takes security very seriously and safety very seriously, when those types of things are ripped away and you no longer have that and you feel exposed, you feel vulnerable, you feel like, you know, there's no shield, there's nothing left to protect you. That's a very, very, very rough place to be mentally and just emotionally. And so I had to sit with that. And then sitting with that, I definitely journaled constantly. I journaled as much as I could. I would wake up out of my sleep, journal. Before I would leave my house, I would journal. Just things like that to get what's in my head out of my head and on paper, or just allowing myself to express what I was feeling, because I didn't want to bottle up and I didn't want to avoid or like just hold all of those things within my body. And then another thing is, like, I took a break from drinking and other extracurriculars. Like, I took a vow to myself, like, while I'm in this season of my life, I am definitely not going to induce anything or make anything worse by adding on like drinking and other things that can expand upon like being in negative spaces. Like, I didn't want to stay in the negative space forever, so I didn't want to do anything that would allow that to happen. But yeah, so I did a lot of sitting in the hurt, very raw, very sober. And let me tell you, a lot of nights I cried myself to sleep. I woke up crying. It was a lot of crying. It was a lot of trying to get my mind together. But I'm glad I did it, because now I feel so much better. And I feel like I learned so much about myself in this season. And I'm not saying that I'm completely out of it again. Like, I'm still experiencing some of the hurt. I'm still reminded of some of the hurt sometimes, but my mindset in regards to being hurt is completely different than it has been in the past. I would be an idiot to avoid this pain. I would be foolish to not allow myself the space to, you know, hurt and be sad and just not know what's next for me. I thank God every day for the support system that I have. I probably would not have made it through this season in the way that I did if I didn't. I'm grateful for the people who are able to tell me about myself, and I open the door for that as well. And I just appreciate those that have surrounded me during this time. Those who know me know like how much this season really was a lot for me. And you know, if you're in a season like this, definitely build your support system. If you don't have a support system, find your people, find a therapist, somebody to talk to, because nobody's meant to go through life alone. And don't avoid how you feel, y'all. Take care.